Welcome back, DWD's Trapcast. May 4th Star Wars special. It's perfect because we're about to talk about Disney,
May the fourth be with you.
right?
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm gonna like this.
Oh, I was just gonna say, may the fourth be with you. I was just agreeing.
Okay. We got
Kaylee. Oh.
Oh, Bryce,
Yeah,
sorry,
stick
I'm
here.
invested.
Connor. Got Dre here.
Bree.
that's what's up. And okay. I forgot when the last episode was, but if you guys are new to listening, welcome y'all. So like I said, Disney. Well, we're talking about it a little bit beforehand, so we're teasing it. But basically what happened, there's a law that just got passed, and now they're already looking at revoking it and like stopping it. But until now, Disneyland, the one in Florida, right? It was or Disney World, I don't remember which one it was.
Disney World.
Disney World? Okay, thank you. It used to be basically Florida made it its own city. That way they could make they could do everything tax regulation wise. So like if a road needed paved or something, right, or built in general, they could do it. They didn't have to go to City Hall, go through meetings, blah blah blah. Right? They paid their own taxes and it did all this shit.
Well, like how businesses sometimes when you look at the contact them to send something in, the road will be named after the business. Like Jelly Belly's like Jelly Road 1234 or something like that. Like they have a lot of places that do similar things to that, but a whole city's pretty wild.
Well, anyways, they're taking that back now, and Orange County and Rex County are basically going to absorb what was Disney World, right? But the thing that comes with that is Disney World has like hundreds and hundreds of millions of debt, and it's all getting absorbed by the city of Florida and those counties, and so people's house values are going up. They're owing more on property taxes if this goes through. Their house almost will like double in value, but not really, but just because of how much, you know what I mean? And it's just like, holy shit. So the whole housing market in Florida is about to get fucked by this. And honestly, Disney wins because they're alleviated by that debt immediately.
Yeah.
And it's all landing on the taxpayers in those counties.
And it's crazy because even though they'll absorb the debt, like the reason they'd probably want to do it is just because the payoff eventually.
Well, the only reason why they're even doing this in the first place
Don't say gay rule.
is because Florida passed that don't say gay rule and Disney stood up to them. And they're like, well, we're going to take these taxing rights away that you have.
So I didn't know that was a thing, really. I thought that when you said it, it was a joke. So that's kind of
I
wild.
thought it
The
was
don't
a
say
joke
gay?
too.
Yeah.
No, that's a
thought-
new law that was passed in Florida where basically all schools cannot
They
teach
can't
about it. So they
teach it.
cannot say
So-
gay in school.
So Disney
whatsoever.
having like an inclusive writing now isn't able to say things like gay or
Well, basically,
whatever.
they took a stance on it
when
with.
they added gay to their words
Mhm.
or what? That's crazy. Like good for them. Like
But I don't know where to ask.
I'm sure Walt Disney's.
It's gonna be crazy. Like, it's just like imagine that you wake up one day and you're like, wow, I owe $16,000 in taxes. Thanks Disney. Thanks Florida. Like, what the fuck did I do but live here?
You know, I always knew Mickey Mouse was gonna.
It's just like, bro.
That epic rap battle in history. You know the one I'm talking about, where it's Mickey Mouse or Walt
Mhm.
Disney versus.
And see, they literally
or
like.
it's Walt Disney at the end. So good.
There's been so many because like Florida like writ this out like and it's being passed by their house and shit now, you know, and so many people like legal experts, financial experts have like shown that like it's a stupid move because how much it fucks over Florida, not Disney. Like yeah, they don't have the right to do that shit, and if they wanted to, let's say, expand their shit, they could get fucked around by getting the workaround.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have permits for literally everything. Like you can get fucked easy there. That's part of why there's so much corruption and everything. But like also giving them absolute power over a little mini city like that's also kind of ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would be glad to have them with regulations, but it's really a lose situation.
You guys know that something sucks.
Because like their whole it's stupid.
I don't see. I remember hearing certain things about how Florida was like for a while there. They were known to make laws and like legislation in
Mhm.
favor of Disney
Yo.
because they got so much money through Disney.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that then Disney fought back, and then Florida is gonna cut off its nose to spite its
That's the
face.
other thing that's
Disney's
crazy to
the
me.
Illuminati.
The fact that
They
they were
control
able to
government,
last
they
that
know
long.
it's gonna-
Imagine the amount of money that place made without having to get taxed regularly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Well, and just the fact that Disney's so big that they could just take care of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that should be alarming. Like, it's cool enough that they have, you know, the ability to fix the roads they need for their facilities and shit. But at the same point, a company that can literally run a city is a little alarming, and it should be regulated. Like,
Yeah, I'm wondering when some company is going to become a country, its own country.
dude, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Because I didn't even know that was the case with it being a city, its own city. Because, not to. I looked into it before. The Akon, how he wants to do his own little Wakanda thing. Something like that. If it actually goes through, super cool,
right?
But what the fuck is this world where since people have enough money in the modern day that
Right.
they can just become their own country in theory, being backed up by another country.
It's crazy too because the thing about the Akon stuff is that he has all those great ideas, and he gets them started, and then I say 30 to 40%, and he runs out of money, and then he has to go tour fast, and then it's 3 years later he's got enough money to start up again. But it's just bro. He's literally trying to do something. It's that's the type of shit that should have funding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I heard.
But then we have a guy spend $42 billion on Twitter when $42 billion could have solved world hunger, according to UN plans. But that's okay.
Well, didn't he say? Didn't
Is
he?
that right?
He was gonna donate.
Yes.
If somebody had a plan that was in-depth logistic. I don't know. Yeah, I am kind of feeling less and less for Elon because he's kind of a clown.
Or it was Joe Biden's climate plan to help, save the world was $38 billion. And it was that could have been funded completely by that. We could have not had a planet on fire anymore. But we got Twitter.
Twitter.
Well,
And the thing that's so
it's not even accepted
stupid,
yet
He's
either.
on Twitter under new orders.
Well, and the thing is it's not even accepted yet either, right? I'm pretty sure the
thing, Twitter wasn't going to do it, but he did it in a way where he basically bought out all the shares, basically, and he forced it. He forced it because it's an IPO, so it's technically always up for sale. They can't
it's whoever
necessarily
owns
stop.
the majority stock.
Exactly.
Right? So
And the thing that's really, really fucking stupid to me about it too is that okay, here's the thing. Twitter is not ever. If you look at it in the past 8 years, it's this company that's never made any money. They barely break even because most social media platforms.
they just started the live streams
and
the last year or two. And
in
they've
the
been around
last
for
year,
so long.
they just added Twitter Blue and shit, which is a subscription. You could pay subscription for it, but it's
The
it
super
offers
followers.
so fucking stupid that
that's the only thing.
that I've never heard of someone said they had Twitter Blue, and if they did, I'd fucking punch them in their
I've
face.
seen accounts,
I'd rob
but
them.
it's goofy
Because they have money for no reason.
How much is it a month?
It's probably $5 or $10,
But
but
you
the
don't
point
get
is
anything.
you don't get
Like,
anything.
oh.
It's
not
the
worth
same
anything.
thing as normal Twitter.
There'd probably be no ads. I'm
There's
guessing
no
ever.
ads.
You can super follow somebody, which is its own separate thing. I'm pretty sure is the only difference.
right, which is what the fuck's a super follow?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
And
So
based-
obviously,
Intergroup, maybe?
I don't know. It's goofy, but the thing that's crazy about it, I guess, I just don't understand how what I would consider you have the most free speech on Twitter. I've seen crazy shit on Twitter.
That's the thing
without
that
people
I
getting
didn't
banned.
understand. Is
It's
that
the
he's-
racist people that get banned,
Right?
And then they're like, "Oh, I got banned on Twitter. These fucking
To try to
snowflakes."
say-
bro, you said the hard R. I don't know what you
Dude,
want. That's
and
not
half
gonna
the
be
time
okay
they don't even get
on
a
any-
ban. That just gets them shadow banned, where they're
Yeah.
just less than the
Their
algorithm.
accounts not.
It takes a lot to usually get banned off Twitter. So to buy it in the quotes of preservation of free speech
'Cause
is
the
what
bots-
baffles me.
The bots don't even
Because it's
the bots
buy
don't get banned.
Facebook if you want to do that then or something. You know what I mean? But it's Twitter, literally you have the most off the wall shit every time. But
Especially if you're following DWD.
it's just so stupid. It's gonna be nothing but no profit for them.
Degeneracy,
There's no
too.
reason except for throwing $42 billion out the window to say, I own Twitter.
And I made it more.
And it's like, what is he gonna do
free
that
speech.
changes? Like, there's gonna be no change whatsoever.
Yeah.
He complained he's saying that he's gonna add an edit button to tweets, and people are like, well, how do you do an edit button? Because like if someone tweeted out something and then it got like 1,000 likes and then changed it to something like I hate gay people, but it already has 1,000 likes and it already has so many likes.
And you want to see that on Facebook, even if like, because obviously people do have the edit. And I've seen some memes, but they've never been too extreme because it would just get banned.
Right.
But on Twitter, you're right. If there was an edit button, people would be absolute menaces.
Exactly.
The tweet would have to say this tweet has been edited.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
So that's what people are talking about. His theory right now is that once you press edit on a tweet, it resets the likes and retweet counter. And then someone was like, is that not the same as deleting and then tweeting a new tweet then? And then it was just silence. I was just like, you know what I mean? What the fuck?
And it's crazy because, like, he is innovative. Like, I won't
For sure
deny that. And
that's what I'm saying.
I won't even say, like, he is, I guess. He knows how to get people together because he's got the resources and he's doing it smart.
Exactly. That's what.
But then he does shit
that
like
pisses me off
this.
because I know, like, there's people like
Who absolutely hate the guy, and I don't.
it's usually like more liberal people hate him because of how much he is a
Trolls.
conservative, but also like it's shit like this. It's shit like spending $42 billion on Twitter.
Opposed to
and
climate change.
Yeah, like,
helping
and
people
tweeting a
out
picture
before.
of Bill Gates being compared
And
to a pregnant
believe
emoji.
it or not, he's part of like the wealthy elite
Bless
now that aren't taxing properly. He's moving most of his bases to Texas because there's no taxes there.
I mean, that's a better way to do it.
Exactly. Like it's definitely smart, but when you see a multi-billionaire paying nothing on taxes, I understand why they would get upset at that type of person.
Yeah, because
but
I wonder what the percentage of his taxes would be. Like, just
But at the same point, it's like at least he's somewhat of a humanitarian, where he's, you know what I mean, using that money. Like, well, the Boring Company is one of the things that I think is very interesting that he does. That company. No, the Boring Company is the one where he makes literally underground tunnel highways, super highways.
He wanted to do it in California.
He's done a couple.
Oh, I didn't know that he had actually had any models.
But see, here's the thing that's kind of whack about that, because like he's like, it could take you from a hotel to like a hub of like Vegas or California, and you'd be there with like
no
a
traffic.
fraction of the time because of no traffic, the speed.
Yep.
And basically, the only ones he's gotten done are literally like directly from airports to casinos that have paid like multi-million deals for those because they can do that for business. It's just like, well, that's a cool thing, but
that doesn't like
that doesn't help most
what the
people,
fuck I'm gonna do
right?
with it?
Like, imagine that same sort of like super highway underground where it's literally from New York to LA, and it's like you got multiple exits and
Or, like,
entrances on the
trains,
fucking
like make
for real.
like a rail like
America's
Like a
complete
fucking
lack of
Amtrak.
infrastructure.
Yes.
So fucking bad.
public transportation.
Dude,
Fucking
we watched this documentary. And CCC. I don't even remember what class it was, but it was very fucking depressing, bro. It showed us. It was like about engineering feats, right? And it showed us in the United States in the 2000s about making this one giant ass bridge. You know, and it took about a year and a half, and then it showed the Japanese making the bridge in 2 days. 2 days.
I remember that.
I was like, bro,
related to infrastructure.
we will fuck ourselves hard.
It related to infrastructure. I watched this video. There's these like it's called a slime mold, and it looks like just the slime you buy at the store, but like it's yellow instead of green and really thin. And they put different pieces of food on this tray, and it would find the like most efficient way to grow once it got to the first couple points. And then it grew out. Like it found the most efficient way to grow out.
like
They put it in
Bob?
the shape of the major central hubs of Tokyo, and then they were going to possibly base it off of the efficiency that the slime mold used. So they put the highways where their like main growth was towards the next hub. And it's like, yeah, we would never do shit like that, and
Right?
never could.
never could. Like,
Right.
we're just not smart enough. Sorry. But no, we watched the video, or I watched the video one night on the Chicago train line, and this guy took it to LA, and I don't know how much it costs, but like it's so inefficient.
It really is. It takes the most amount of time.
It takes
It's
the most
somehow
amount of
more
time.
expensive.
I think this one wasn't like too expensive compared like travel wise, Because like if you buy the ticket, you have certain guarantees, like amenities. So like food would be included with this type of ticket because it's a sleeper train, and the food looked really fucking good. And they had like these viewing carts. So like when they went through the mountains, and then you'd come out, and then it was just wide open mountain. It was dope as fuck. But the thing is like every time a commercial train got to the fuel station, if the commercial train gets there the same time, the commercial train gets priority. If you get loaded on but you're not fueling already, and a commercial train comes up, they unload you, which takes time to put this train on and fuel it, but it sent it off before you get fueled. So it's like, oh, it's an estimated 3 days to get there, but there's a chance that, you know, it gets pushed back to 4 because we had enough delays on these days and shit like that. And it's just because we don't have any sort of like detours available because we only have like one line to follow.
Right.
It's so ridiculous. If we had like bus systems in our big cities that were reliable and like not sketch,
right?
Or if we had fucking trains, like just if we were more like Europe instead of
any sort of public transportation, like really. We have jack for shit. Like,
The buses are scary to take.
And it's crazy because, like, in most countries, like, having a car is a luxury. It's definitely, like, a luxury here, of course. But, like, it's also, like you said, almost required to do anything. Like, if you live in almost any other country, you have a way of almost free public transportation. Like,
well, like, a car is a necessity if you don't live in New York City.
Where public
Boston,
transport is at
Chicago,
least a little bit invested
LA,
in.
like these big ass cities.
Well, and with like Uber, and the thing is, like with Uber and Lyft and all those services, unless something happens where like we have to shut those down, like something crazy happens, like a 9/11 with an Uber and we weren't able to stop it, some wild shit that bans it, we're never going to invest in public transport because now we have commercialized public transport.
did you see that? This also reminded me that Elon Musk said that he's working on his first line of fully automated taxis. So it's going to be like the Tesla, but like, yeah. Which is very interesting because he even said that like he would, in his dream, like the Tesla would be able to get an update and your car would be able to go out and ride share for you while you're not using it and make you money. And then, like, you know, like you're asleep and your car drives out of the garage and starts picking people up and then taking them places and they got its own little life.
Everyone from the bar and shit.
You invest in a hypercharger at your house
Isn't
instead
that
of the normal
crazy?
ones
Like,
just so you can make more money.
Right.
Imagine how much fucking like crime gets done that way though.
And as opposed to like Uber and Lyft, because I'm guessing their ride has to like the price you pay has to involve gas money somehow. Because either their Uber or Lyft is paying them extra, which I can't imagine they're doing. So I'm guessing the customer's paying extra right now. We don't have Uber or Lyft in the area, so I can't confirm.
Mm-hmm.
But with gas prices being so high right now, I bet having an electric car would probably be really nice.
I've always wanted a fucking electric car.
And if you're
So
listening to
high.
this and you're a hater of electric cars and you're going to say, well, let's see how your car lasts in 11 years.
Dude.
I've seen videos now. We have the proof of electric cars lasting 15 years that people made in their house. Let
And it's
alone
just
fucking
like-
Tesla.
I don't understand the big, like, resistance against it.
Why be a hater?
Especially if
Why?
you're just low
Yeah.
middle class. Like if
Like-
you're not an elite that's got stocks and gas, like nobody gives a fuck.
Dude,
bro.
for real.
Because there's going to come a time where eventually they will not have gas to.
I get it's not efficient to go 100% like renewable resources right away. I understand that. Like it's gonna take a while. We can't just switch it right away and it be super efficient. But at the same time, like
Right.
if we don't ever start, then we're never gonna get to the point where we can like efficiently.
The
switch
thing
over.
is, it's like it's basically already being adopted now. It's like
isn't it like
it's-
2035 or
most.
2030?
I mean, it's almost like by 2026 was like the original goal. The original Paris Accords was 2026, but we pulled out of that with Trump.
Yeah.
And so I think our new agreement's like 2045. We're going to switch to all electric. But it's like at the same point, it really just kind of fucks over like lower income people with that type of shit.
Because you have to buy a whole new vehicle.
Yeah, and like usually electric cars aren't cheap. Like Teslas
They're
are
getting more
literally
affordable.
trying to,
Yeah.
which I know is ironic because they have the name of being an expensive car. But like the most affordable Tesla
It's a
electric car,
luxury
like-
car.
it's like
but it's not
18,000.
No,
expensive.
but yeah.
You don't need the
compared-
auto drive shit. You
Yeah.
don't need all that shit.
Compared to brand new cars now, they're just as fucking
Yeah.
expensive. Like a car my mom bought brand new last year was 30 grand. Like
Right.
And you get a couple different models of Tesla.
I remember when I was looking at them, and I don't even remember what model it was, but it was the one at least where it could fully drive by itself. It was only 38K versus like the base 22. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like I literally had every option on there, and I'm like 40K for this type of car is not bad at all. When people are dropping 80K on stupid ass trucks for 6 miles per gallon, like
in this economy.
right?
No. What's See, but what the nearest hyperchargers in the
In
Quad
Davenport.
Cities?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Some people actually have them in their houses here in
Well,
Clinton, but
well,
like
someone I worked with who bought a Tesla
Yeah.
had a charger in their house.
You have it's like I'm not 100% sure on this. But
as far as I know,
it's a very cheap option to add to the thing. I'm pretty
your
sure.
own?
Like it's
Like
pretty
it's
much
not gonna
it's pretty
jack
much
up your
included
electric
with
bill.
part of your.
that's what I've seen. Like it basically costs like less than $300 altogether.
yeah.
like, you
so if
buy-
you're buying a car anyways,
Yeah, like
you should
literally-
probably have the money for the charger that's
Exactly.
a couple hundred or whatever.
Like
it is.
the hardest part is getting someone out there because you have to get someone certified to install it.
Well,
But it's not
we're
like
on the
hard.
carpet.
Basically, like once you get that done, it's not hard because
Well, and I can if it's in the Quad Cities, I can imagine soon it'll be
right. That's what it is.
fucking
I'm surprised it's not in Clinton
Hy-Vee's
already.
gonna
actually.
have
I
a
can see it
fucking
soon.
supercharger.
Just because
Right.
we're on the
Quick
highways.
Star, like
We would
that's
get a
what
lot
it
of
is.
people like in the area. Like
Yeah.
Well, I probably see a Tesla every day now while I'm driving. Like
Mhm.
Where for a long time it was like once a week.
it'd be like,
Dude,
oh,
right.
a Tesla, that's cool.
Right.
But now it's just like, oh.
and that's what I always kind of
It's
gauge
like the
things.
Corvettes now.
Because I'm
like,
like, think about this. Like, if that's out here and we're seeing one every day, like big cities, they're everywhere.
Oh yeah.
last
like
time
we're
I
like
was-
one of the last areas. We're such a fucking small town.
when I was in Florida, it was like every 2 feet was a different Tesla, and
Yeah.
like everybody had nice cars it seemed, but like
right,
there was a decent amount. Also,
If you're
any
not driving a
university,
Tesla,
a lot of university towns it seems has a lot of Teslas, and I don't know if that's people that like live there that make a lot of money.
Right.
I'm guessing students aren't all having Teslas,
No, right.
but like the families coming in a Tesla.
Mommy and daddy are paying for
Yeah,
that Tesla.
exactly. But no, it's crazy that if we weren't where we were, our town would be so much worse too. Like
It's already on
if
the
I know
roads.
if we weren't on the highways, like we'd be screwed.
yeah.
You
I
know what I
do
mean?
think that Clinton's on the up and up, if that makes sense.
like
Like,
it's getting better.
I'd say it's getting better, but
The whole
also like
concert thing.
in general, it's getting like new additions. It's kind of expanding out more and more.
And what do you feel about that summer concert thing that they talked about?
It seems interesting,
It seems like a good move.
right?
Like it seems like I'm pretty happy that they made it because if I'm being honest, it's something that sounds like they normally fumble. like,
What decision are we talking about?
so,
So at like the band shell, like
Oh.
Riverfront,
Yeah.
there'll be like a country music festival.
so as big as like as big as what's the big one?
MVF.
Yeah, as big as MVF is, like I feel like having one on our tour
Right.
area and getting to share half the profits and everything. Is
Do you
pretty
even know who
crazy.
the headline was? Because I don't know if it was anyone big, but I know what you're talking about because I seen that.
Oh no.
I'd only seen so the company runs through Illinois typically.
It's Rated Tanner. He's dropping a country album like most
It's-
rappers. Oh, no.
He recorded a music video at work.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
At
You
Candlelight?
told me about
Yeah.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
The band
Like,
show.
okay, hold up. Why do you gotta get Candlelight involved? Because if you're trying to get like the background of
He's
like the
there
river and
all the
shit,
time.
like you could just go 5-10 feet fucking down the line so you don't got Candlelight in your business.
But
He's like, now I gotta rap the home of the Chicken George, bro.
He's there
God
often.
fucking this company usually runs through Illinois. They do different concerts and like usually like small festival type things, not just one artist. And so I don't know how they got into contact with like the city of Clinton or whatever, but they talked about using their band shell in that area. Well, we've had like small like
Dude, I can't wait to see a random Tanner.
You know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If I feel like they're going to do more than just country eventually.
I hope so.
Have you just not been listening the past 20 minutes?
Yeah, I'm so.
You're a little late.
Sorry.
But no, I feel like they're eventually going to switch to other stuff too, which if it gets big enough, like we're close to the Quad Cities and the Quad Cities get shit pretty often.
Yeah.
Like if we can get some summer concerts going in Clinton.
Next
that'd be dope
summer,
as fuck.
Snoop Dogg's coming to Clinton.
Young
Fuck
Thug.
it.
Young Thug's at the band show.
Right?
We
No,
used to have
but-
Finally Fridays.
Yeah,
See,
I
was gonna
remember
say,
that.
just the
It's just kind of
success,
the-
the small success of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It was
Friday. There was bands that would.
Yeah.
And some little businesses
It'd be
would put
like-
up little tents
Mhm.
sometimes and like
Sometimes it was Army Men group. Well, women too, I guess, but like they would come in their suit. I don't know.
yeah, so they just do a bunch of
And
local
It
stuff.
was like donate, yeah.
Local artists. But like it's the success that you see of that with like families coming out. If you do a family friendly artist, like you could easily have families coming out because it's just something to do. You have people in the area that are fans of that type of music, obviously, and I don't know. It definitely seems like a good idea. Also,
It would have been
It's
music you like.
50-50, like even, I'm pretty sure, with the profits.
That's
This
dope.
company and Clinton get 50% of the profits, and in theory, if it's successful, Clinton will pay off the amount that they had to pay with the profits and more, which I'm imagining this will be pretty successful.
Well, and apparently,
quote unquote, post-pandemic, people wanting to get out this summer.
Yeah.
If they have something.
so
nice.
what I heard at work is that the guy who does this operation, like not the people in Clinton, but the people who are running this or whatever, or this is their big plan.
Like the company people.
He's best friends with the owner of Candlelight, like the company, the
Oh.
corporation, whatever you want to call it. All Candlelights, all the pubs, everything that my boss owns, they're business buddies or whatever. You know how rich people are. And
Well, with it
my
being in Illinois too, which like
Yeah.
there's Candlelight and Sterling and
with my job being where it's at, right, literally across the street from the band shell, like there have been talks of, oh, we could do a beer tent, we could run the alcohol, we could do this, we could do that, like
Damn.
basically getting Candlelight affiliated in some way.
and what other
And even if it doesn't happen, the amount of business and money we'll make, that they're almost 100% guaranteed going to expand our hours. You know, we'll be
if they
open
run it like MVF,
10-10, like 8 to 8, or
If they
8
can-
to fucking midnight, some shit like that.
if they can learn to run it like MVF, where like they have tents ready to go, like
Mm-hmm.
for the families, they have things going on the dike and other spots, like, and then you have the concert on the band show. Like, I feel like that would be one. It'd be something cool for Clinton to do finally. Like,
Mhm.
how many times you've just been sitting in the summer with nothing to do in this town? Like, supposed to be able to do something.
Oh, we gotta go ad break real quick, but I gotta talk. Okay, we'll save that for when we come back. And we're back. What I was gonna talk about is Dutch Days is coming up. Are you? Oh, wait a minute. I
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
wonder.
coming up this weekend. That work.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh,
Jake, are you going?
He wants to.
I work too. I think I'll be off enough time to go get a lemonade shake up at least, but
Well, the
what time do they close?
Steam
Or shut
Maker,
down?
they have their
we starting Friday there, or what time we starting? You know?
it'd be Friday day after school because school gets out early for the parade usually.
That's
I want to go, but like I just missed a lot of days from migraines.
right. Wow.
Yeah, that shit's rough.
So like I can't miss more.
Yeah, but what are the
So
hours that it goes to?
It's not super late.
Mm.
I mean, some of the stuff stays open a little longer than others, but
So it's not like rides or shit.
yeah,
Well, yeah.
you know, you got the petting zoo. Sometimes they have cool little things, but like they haven't had any. Like obviously they haven't done it in a few years, but
Right.
like even before then, it seemed like they hadn't had it.
It was definitely going downhill.
Yeah, they just needed a little pandemic break.
Well, it's like everyone knows. It's like, all right, no one cares a fuck what's here. They're here for the lemonade, the fried
Funnel cake.
Oreos, like everything
And then
else can fuck off.
They're gonna watch the little cousins of the parade.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's about it.
Oh man. But I just want to go for the.
See everybody.
I
Well,
want
I
to
just
get
want the
that
food.
Food, yes.
I was gonna probably go before work Friday, but I go to work at 3, so I bet they're not open yet.
It'd be better to go on Saturday and have somebody who went on Friday tell you if there was like one really good food stand, because sometimes there's just one random one that's got like some crazy good sandwich or something.
Right.
Like the last time I went, I had some gigantic pork tenderloin sandwich. Smacking.
That sounds
I want to
fire.
go Saturday, but I don't know who I'm going to go with if you have to work.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But yeah, no, I wonder, like, just the fact that it's, you know, Dutch days and it's being tied to the town or whatever. Like, Clinton doesn't really have anything like that, do they? Like, not any Clinton specific one. Like, they have obviously homecoming
They do,
and
like,
stuff, but
They
that's
do Mardi
normal.
Gras parades
Yeah.
and like
4th of
Halloween
July
parades.
parade.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, Dutch days is specific to Fulton because they're Dutch.
Mhm.
So, like,
No. I guess
That's all I hear about Fulton is the Dutch.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck
Hit
about
music
Dutch.
festival.
What does it
The
even mean?
the bluegrass music festival.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck the Dutch. I am.
Now the Dutch mafia
Hear
is gonna
that,
be
Mr.
after you.
Vandermite?
Or any other Mr. Van.
I'm so excited. Doctor Strange comes out this fucking week.
Isn't it already? I thought it was
Whoa.
out yesterday.
Doctor Strange 2? Nope. Comes
Oh.
out tomorrow.
That's crazy. Yeah,
And today is the Moon Knight. Ah, damn.
you know what's wild? I've already seen spoilers for
I
Doctor
know. I
Strange.
seen you tweet that. Oh, hell no. Don't even do me like this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
stay off.
Except for
Instagram,
every
sport
fucking
friend.
idiot I know wants to tell me the confirmed cast, and I was like, no, I
That's-
don't want to know.
Guess what?
Oh,
so
it is.
involving. I'm not gonna go ahead.
Does the first name
I'm not
start
gonna-
with a T?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I know, right?
The
I know,
character is the picture I saw.
Oh, hell.
So they showed it was from a TV spot that they did. So they confirmed a character that was in it. And it was a character that I really wanted to be in Marvel, but I didn't want to find out through a fucking screenshot of a video on
Right.
Instagram.
Right.
It was low quality that this character's in the fucking movie. Even if it's just for 2 seconds. 'Cause
Right.
It's the multiverse of madness.
Right? No, exactly. Like, I'm so excited for this movie because I know there's going to be so many different, even like you said, brief cameos because it's
Like,
multiverse.
The
But,
special effects in Doctor Strange 1.
yep. Like, this movie's going to be fucking great. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be everything I want. Once they show off, bro, like, damn. And it's going to set up so much for the rest of the fucking universe, too. Whatever they're planning on doing. Like, the whole.
Well, obviously they were going that with the shows, no spoilers, but like it's
Mhm.
there's some wild shit happening and it's building up towards something.
So, Moon Knight, I don't know if you're caught up with it.
I'm not.
I'm not either. I'm on episode 3 right now. The
I
season
think that's the one I
finale
watched.
came out today, the day before Doctor Strange came out. I'm like, that's not a coincidence because the episode right before this put it on the timeline. I'm not going to spoil it.
They said like a date though
but
or some shit like
they
confirming it.
showed what happened in the universe when the Thanos snap happened.
Ah, damn.
So it's just like, okay, like this is building up towards it lining up. I'm fucking pumped.
Me too.
the see, I wasn't a huge fan of the like story for Doctor Strange 1.
It was okay.
It was okay.
I really
the
like
special
Doctor
effects.
Strange though.
Special
Absolutely amazing. Like all the shit going crazy. Like
Have you seen the Marvel
like-
What Ifs?
yeah, I've seen all of them.
Okay, because you've seen the Doctor Strange one, then you know that's literally the villain of this movie. Is that version
Are
of
you
Doctor?
sure?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
there's
Because-
no way it's not. They showed the trailer of that Doctor Strange with all that fucking like the shadow with all the
I know.
parts.
I
That's
know.
the sorcerer who absorbed all the other Doctor Stranges to
So-
become the most powerful being in
Are
the
you-
galaxy.
But are you sure of that?
It's got
Are
it.
you 1,000%?
They already confirmed that the What Ifs was canon. Like,
Yes, they did.
so that's got to be the villain. There's well, we got 3 Doctor Stranges in this movie.
Well,
I'll be damned.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have like more than that.
Yeah,
if I'm being
probably.
honest. Because the thing was, they didn't want to do that with Spider-Man.
And check
because
this out.
They wanted to do specific characters, but you do that with Doctor Strange when there's no other.
Well, see, the
alternates.
thing with Spider-Man, the thing that was different about that is that Sony owns Spider-Man and almost every character of Spider-Man, so they had to get contracts for specific characters, you know, and they made it worth their while.
That's
Versus
annoying.
Marvel, they're already trying to set up their own universe with Sony, like
So they can.
because they have the Venoms, right?
Yeah.
Tom Holland is contracted to be in the Disney MCU, but they also now with that new fucking multiverse shit
Yeah.
with the Spider-Man, like they're already talks to Spider-Man 4 with Ryan Randy, and they're like that'd be perfect because that's the older Tobey Maguire. It could be the perfect movie to introduce fucking Miles Morales. And he's like the mentor of him, and that'd be Spider-Man 4 is him passing it to fucking Miles.
So you know what's crazy?
And they can work on that. They can work on the Andrew Garfield, and they can release them the same fucking year because it's all it's
Multiple
multiverse.
companies.
It's like it don't
Multiverse.
fucking matter. Like,
yeah, no, I thought so when Deadpool,
Dude.
yeah.
I don't think Deadpool will be shown in this movie, but Deadpool is coming. I bet because X-Men are coming.
Dude,
I bet we
everything's
get
fucking mashing together.
my predictions right now is the end credit scenes. We're gonna see Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four and someone from the X-Men, whether it be Wolverine like Logan or Professor Patrick Stewart. One of those bitches are gonna be there, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, we got a fucking problem," because it's gonna be like Reed, Doctor Strange, and probably Professor Patrick Stewart.
Do you think it's going to be new casted people?
I don't know.
So I don't
Because-
think they would do the gimmick of old. I don't
So,
think they do the gimmick of old.
For Professor Xavier, I could see Patrick Stewart because A, he's the perfect role, and B, he's still old and he's not like he's done acting. Like
yeah.
he's still there. For Fantastic Four with Reed Richards, that's gonna be someone new. They are coming out with the new Fantastic Four movie, and it's in the Disney Fantastic like Marvel, and that's whoever they're casting for whatever there
Yeah.
is gonna be.
If they do Michael,
And I don't even know if we'll see Reed, but I have a feeling that's gonna be their way of being like, yo.
Well, yeah, because he's supposed to be one.
Because
of the
they're
people
gonna
that
try to
has it.
hype up Fantastic Four. Obviously, that's coming up. But
Well, and not spoilers because nothing is confirmed, and I haven't seen anything. Like this is just my own thought here.
Right.
So, you know, if you don't want to learn anything, though, I guess don't listen. But the Illuminati for Marvel, obviously, Doctor Strange is a part of that. We've seen some crazy shit in the trailer that was post-credit scene for Spider-Man. Like, so we've all seen that, right? So, like, in that scene alone, there's a lot of futuristic-looking shit.
yep,
So, like, he's probably gonna go to some alternate universe. I'm thinking,
right.
Like, we're gonna see some crazy shit for sure. And I think that the Reed Richards tie-in, because he is a part of the Illuminati too. I think because he's super smart. Like every smart character is, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So like it'd be really cool. And then I also saw, I mean, forever ago when people were just leaking fake Marvel casts because that was before we actually had that was like pre-Endgame. Like they were just trying to announce everything and it was all fake. They said that Michael, what's his name, who's the guy from Office and Quiet Place? Jim.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. It was gonna be Captain America.
Well, no, they're talking about having him casted for Reed Richards. Like in one of the movies where he had a beard, he looked like a lot like Reed Richards with the beard, and I'm like
John Krasinski or something.
Yeah, I'm like that'd be a really cool casting. Like
that'd be cool.
I
saw like a fan thing. It wasn't even nothing legit, but wanting him as Captain America. But I'd like him as Reed better.
Yeah, because
He turned on the role as Captain America.
Interesting. Well, then it'd be cool for him to be back in Marvel, though.
Right.
See, the thing with like Ryan Reynolds is he's the perfect smart ass character. Like he just is. So like I'd want him for the Human Torch too. But then Deadpool would be making jokes about how they're played by the same guy. And it just couldn't work.
He would have played the Human Torch better, but like I like him as Deadpool, and I definitely think he loves that role enough where he's gonna keep playing.
Oh yeah, it's a passion project,
right? Like,
Chris Evans comes back as.
It's gonna be very interesting. Whatever Deadpool happens next. Like,
yeah, what if Chris Evans comes back as Human Torch for a cameo because he's not Captain America?
Dude, that'd be so bogus as fuck because he literally did say like he's done with the Cap role, and that was how it was worded. Like, if he's just the new Human Torch, I wouldn't be mad, but I'm like, man, this is some bullshit.
Well, no, he played the old.
Oh, I know.
So what if he just had a multiverse cameo,
right?
Like the Spider-Man.
Like, that I'd be more okay with. If he just popped up once again as Human Torch, that'd be funny
because it's the same.
But
guy.
if he's the new, like in the new Fantastic Four,
Yeah,
he's
no.
like, oh, like
I don't think
I'm like, no,
He's
get
the
out of
main-
here.
he's the main Human Torch.
See, because the Human Torch has got to be kind of like a dick, like Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Like young Tony Stark.
Right.
Because he's supposed to be even younger.
Man.
See, that's the other thing is I can't think of young actors. I only ever think of the people I've been watching for years. So like, when people ask me like, who's a good like movie actor right now, like Timothy Chalamet's going crazy, but I always forget he's even a fucking actor, bro. Like,
Yep.
He's new to me still, and he's always been great. Like everything I've seen him in, but like any other new actor, I'm the same way though. Like I just can't ever keep them apart. So I don't even know who I'd want to cast for some of these younger heroes.
No, same.
And that's like I think the biggest problem is that we're eventually gonna.
But I always say that like there's certain people like they don't even need like a star role for it. Like it's just someone who can play the role fine.
Like Captain Marvel's friend,
Mhm.
the one chick that has abilities or whatever. She wasn't a huge actress, I don't think, before. I'd seen her in maybe one movie, but
Right.
like the fact that she did a pretty solid role, and it seems like they want her to be recurring. It's just nice to have big stars.
It helps with the sales of the movie. For
Well,
sure.
not even sales. Like I like him in other shit too. Like, and they're usually, I don't know, like Ethan Hawke in Moon Knight. Like,
He's perfect.
I think he's
So
a really good.
fucking
I don't know the character in the comics, but like just as a villain, the way he is.
There are certain things in this. I have a theory, but I don't know. I have a theory
It's
that
May the 4th, and we're just talking about nothing but Star Wars.
we haven't even brought up
Keeping
anything
it away.
Star Wars. Fuck Star Wars. No, I'm just joking. I love Star Wars. Not the new trilogy though. It was okay.
Oh, man.
I liked it, but that's because those were the first Star Wars movies.
The newest ones,
Yeah.
like 8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Those are the first ones I had ever seen.
The only thing I like about them is they look beautiful, but like, bro, so terrible for the story, so terrible for
They just
everything.
undid everything they
Finn
did.
with his
without-
arc was so wasted. Like, it could have been so much better. Like the X Stormtrooper shit. Like,
Well, like how they did with the Bad Batch,
Mhm.
which is about the.
right? Or like, bro,
Black Clones.
fuck me. The whole they looked great. That's the one thing I liked about them because like the Star Wars movies usually take so long
When
in
like
between.
the one spaceship was split in half and the light
Right.
went through and like rippled across all the. Oh my
Right.
god, that's a great shot.
But like when fucking Leia uses the Force to drift through space and somehow just, you know what I mean? I was just like,
But at the same
you
time,
go
all the
fuck yourself.
comics and video games aren't
Oh.
canon anymore.
Or when Luke Skywalker fucking projects Force themselves to fight off the entire
Yeah.
fucking army, I was like, okay, that's cool. Oh, they got his ass. Oh, but that's not him. But he exerted too much Force energy, so he just dies anyways. I was like, oh, that's the fucking weakest writing I've ever fucking seen. Y'all can go kill yourself with that one.
Because he could have at least just disappeared.
That didn't make any sense.
We could have never seen him again and maybe heard some hints about him still being
God.
around, and that would have been more interesting than his robe just falling on the ground.
I would have liked the path. So check this out. There was this original plot that got leaked, but
Obviously, doesn't matter
see,
anymore. RIP.
to me, this was it got leaked before the first movie even came out, and it had so much that was right, but all the major plot twists were like wrong. But at the same point, it was like almost like Disney was like, fuck this leaker, we're changing this shit now. You know what I mean? Because the original like script that got leaked apparently was that Rey Skywalker, you know, was going to become evil. She was
Yeah,
going to join
no.
the bad side because Luke was still alive, and because the Skywalkers are too strong that whenever there's another one
They have to
born,
balance the
it
force.
balances the Force. That's why Anakin was on the dark side.
That's why he was the chosen one.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Luke was the chosen one. And then.
But so apparently when Rey came along, she was going to be the bad person. Kylo Ren was going to switch to the good side, and that all got leaked. And so Kylo Ren just still becomes the stupid, dumb, just so fucking stupid. His whole plot point is fucking stupid. He gets mad
Never
because he
changes.
wasn't loved enough by his uncle and shit. Like, man. And then he kills his own dad because I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah.
So
Shout out-
stupid.
Shout out,
Everything.
shout out to Keith
For real, though.
spoiling that one in the lunchroom while we
I don't
always
care if
read more.
anyone hasn't seen it yet because I'm saving you. Don't watch
It
those
came out
movies.
like 8 years
Watch
ago.
the first 6.
Yeah, see, but that's the thing. People hate on the prequels.
That's true.
People
thing
still
is-
hate on
The
the
thing is
prequels.
that they were nostalgic to me, just
See,
like the new ones are.
I can
nostalgic
see
for
why
her.
people hate on the prequels because, like,
But again,
to
they're
me,
pretty.
I liked them, but it's also very boring if you're not already a fan, in my opinion. Like, for those to be the movies that try to hook you in, that sucks, in my opinion. You get great
I
detour,
agree.
great lore, but like if you
Because
did
they
it
just added a bunch of cool shit in the prequels,
Right,
With
like-
with some basis, but like not a whole lot. So it's like, okay, a guy with 4 lightsabers that rotates and is
Right.
a robot, like dope as fuck. But like, if you have no idea what's happening or who he is, like,
right, like it
or
don't
how that'll
matter.
affect the future,
Right.
like, it really doesn't matter. Oh, that guy's got a purple lightsaber. We won't ever see him again.
But I'll say that about like those last movies. I was like, I didn't like regret watching them just because of how amazing they look. Like that's why I really like Mandalorian and fucking Book of Boba Fett.
Well, and they changed how fucking filming's gonna be done.
Mm.
Like they did 3D projecting on like
Yeah.
into a room, and that way you can change the camera angle with this render that you do beforehand. It's just absolutely.
And I'll
insane.
still go see the next trilogy, whatever comes out. Because, dude, I don't know if you guys all remember this story, but like, I was just talking about this. Game of Thrones, those writers, they were so popular, they got paid by Disney for the next trilogy, which would be, what, fucking 79, so 10, 11, 12. And they completely checked out for the last season of Game of Thrones, and it sucked. It was
Yeah.
so abysmal.
That's
Everyone
why
hated it.
Yeah.
And Disney canceled their contract with them. So I believe they're still looking for directors and writers for the new trilogy. So it's like a long ways away, obviously. They take forever.
I don't understand what more they could do with Star Wars.
I don't know either.
I don't
But,
know.
like,
They've always everything.
I don't
there's
think-
peace.
Bro, all they do is talk about Tatooine. Just go somewhere else.
But that's the thing, is that like this trilogy, it could be about any time. It can go back again. It could be like,
like the new video
during
game.
certain war.
The new video
Exactly,
game
like-
is gonna be like 800 years before, or like a shit ton of years before the Republic.
Because in Star Wars, you always hear about all these ancient wars that always happen, and sometimes they
Never
cover
see
them.
it.
But like, yeah, like they could show these brutal fucking Jedi wars they used to have versus, oh, you got 2 Jedis now.
Or
This
how,
is
like, the
cool.
fall-
Whenever one Jedi pops up, you just know that side's gonna win. So great, here's Count Dooku. All right, Rebels lost. Oh man, and it's interesting that now that it's all Disney owned, everything is like canon. Like everyone hated that in the Clone Wars, Darth Maul lived. Because like in the Clone Wars,
That's
the
so
Disney
crazy,
show,
bro.
he
'cause
lived
that's
and
so
gets
dope.
robot legs,
I think
and like that's
such a
canon
cool
now.
dope-
Oh, I did
that's-
too. And so I'm waiting for the movie where he fucking see Robot Death Maul. Like if
Oh,
that could pop up in
well,
Mandalorian. Like
Obi-Wan,
exactly.
because he's like that.
That's what I'm hoping
When does
for,
this shit
bro.
come out?
I don't know. They just
It
dropped
comes
a new
out in
trailer.
May.
They
It
just
comes
dropped a
out
new
May.
trailer
Oh, yeah,
today.
no.
We haven't watched it.
I'm so
maybe
excited for
post
that
podcast,
shit.
watch it.
Shit, it might have even came out today for the first episode since it's May 4th.
I think just the new trailer dropped today,
Oh, okay, nice.
but I think it comes out this month.
We'll definitely have to watch that.
But see, we're not all the way up on Boba.
Boba, I don't know if I
Boba.
finished either, but I'm like
I
halfway
forgot
through.
we were doing a podcast.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It was warranted. They know I got.
You gotta pay more attention to Birdman hands. No, see I'm bummed because the video games used to be canon and the
Mhm.
books used to be canon. So like I'd go online and see all this cool shit and I'd be like, oh man,
Right.
maybe in the new trilogy. Well then I found out
It's
that, like,
because
Disney-
before the games, when they were all canon, it was because all Star Wars games were either made or licensed through LucasArts, and so it wasn't bad because, like, you know what I mean, it
it's
was
all under
allowed
one head
them.
at least.
But now that Disney bought them and sold out rights, like they did complete open market because EA fucked the license on Star Wars so bad.
for Lego Star Wars and shit.
No, it was before this.
Oh yeah, because Battlefront.
It was
you
the
had-
with 10 years of the Star Wars licensing, they only came out with the Battlefront 2, and then at the end of that contract was the Jedi Fallen Order, but it was still so new where they were like, yeah, you're done with the contract. But it did so good that now, like, they did open season. They had like 8 studios buy rights to make Star Wars games. One of them being Ubisoft, one of them being the company that made Detroit Become Human, which I'm excited for because that means they're going to build a universe
role-play game.
with fucking consequences
Yeah.
in the Star Wars universe, which is bitching to hear. But like all these
I love
games,
those games.
right? And it's just like, this is going to be cool. Now we're going to have some cool Star Wars games come out for once.
See, whoa, hang on, let me say.
I love the
Force
Fallen
Unleashed-
Order, and Force Unleashed was good, but those were back in the 360.
Okay, you're right.
It's
So
two
why don't
systems
we-
ahead.
Why don't we go ahead?
How do you beat Fallen Order, Dustin?
No, it's hard. I turned it to easy, but then I felt like I was a loser, so I turned it to normal. It's hard.
See, I remember Force Unleashed. Like,
Dude, that
being able
game
on the
has
DS.
so many not Force Unleashed. The Jedi Fallen Order, the one with the fucking ginger kid. It has so many bullshit. Like, it's not the level of Dark Souls, but a lot of people compare it to that.
Like, you have to have the counter.
You have to block a lot of ways, and then like I'm talking, you'll be blocking all these lasers. You get one in the ankle, and you're like, and you die, and you got to repeat the whole fucking battle scene over, and you're just like,
I'm at the last boss in Elden Ring.
Really?
Yeah.
I still haven't played it at all.
So
I have it downloaded.
I have every great rune except for 2. Which
I have it downloaded because of Keegan's, but Drayton wants to.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Keegan Days.
Right.
But no, the Force Unleashed was dope because that was the first game that I think you could play having 2 lightsabers in your hands, which like before it was always just you have one lightsaber or a dual lightsaber, and they did the custom colors way before Fallen Order, so that was cool. But also, I think it canonized Princess Leia having the Force, being Force sensitive, which I'm cool with. I'm cool if you want to like hint at it and show it. But like, you can't be on her deathbed and do it, and then like the unfortunate timing of course, her actually dying. Right. So then like you could have killed her off in the movie if you had the foresight. But obviously that didn't happen.
R.I.P. Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher.
R.I.P.
Man.
There's like who's left? There's Mark Hamill.
Dude, Mark Hamill.
That's about it. He's the last Jedi.
It always blows my mind because. You know the cartoon regular show?
Yeah.
He's the voice for Ozai and he's the voice for Skips.
Yep.
Ozai, hey, Fire Lord Ozai. Imagine him talking as Skips.
Is it the normal one or when he's having that nightmare? Or is
all of them?
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so last night.
But he's in a lot of voice acting jobs,
Yeah,
which is
he's
funny.
the Joker.
Right.
Like,
Well, yeah, he reprises the role for Joker
one
a
of the
lot.
best
You said
Jokers.
he skips?
Yeah, in regular show.
He's got that scratchy
right? Like once he realizes it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely him. But god damn it.
Yeah, it's just him with like a slight accent. It's like, dang, he's really just.
He's like the voice acting Shaq.
It's
Shaq's
like,
everywhere.
It's like this guy. He's the Joker. Like he's one of the worst villains in DC.
Dude, tell me why I almost downloaded a Warzone again just to buy the Snoop Dogg pack. Like you can buy him as an operator now.
Hey, all I'll say is the same thing you said before.
Oh.
You did it for Juice WRLD on Fortnite.
No, it hasn't come out yet, but I'm gonna.
Travis Scott.
I did it for Travis Scott.
Right? Okay, my bad. I got it.
The Juice WRLD's supposed to come up soon, but
are you gonna do it for that?
Oh hell yeah, I will. But I don't know if it is.
And then sell your account in like 40 years,
right?
For
the
first edition because they're gonna do 30 more.
Dude, you already know. Oh fuck! Epic is talking about building their metaverse and shit. Facebook is still building tons of millions into their metaverse. I want to see what one. You know what I mean? Whatever company creates whatever of this metaverse is supposed to be, and like it becomes the adopted one, is going to be crazy because like
you're just
so many companies
become the biggest company in the world.
Mm-hmm, like that's why it's crazy that Facebook. I get it. Like even Mark
everybody's
Zuckerberg,
clowning them.
like he's taking so many. Like they're going down with revenue and shit. They're taking money from investor losses because of that shit. But like he sees the potential of becoming the first established metaverse. Like I don't think it's going to be worthwhile as of now because we're talking about immersive technology that's so far away. Like we're getting closer and closer enough to VR, but they're talking blending augmented reality versus reality, and that's like years away. Like
so. Fun fact, you know that at the arcades they used to have those augmented reality things, like where like the floor did move, and like you had these little trigger handles, and you had your head in a helmet. Like, I remember going up to Minnesota with my dad while he was working, and there were just some random truck stop had one in their arcade area, and like seeing Ready Player One, the movie, like the advertisement the first time I ever saw it, I was like, fuck yeah, bro, it's coming. Right. We're making movies about it, like, and we already have VR headsets pretty regularly available. Like, it's coming. And then the metaverse is like flopping constantly. It's like,
well, it's because people as of now are building like this idea of like it being just a lobby, like a playroom, basically, where people can hang out and like show off digital items.
I thought that's all it was.
But
And then I
just
heard
like-
people are buying land
Yeah.
in the metaverse,
Yep.
which is a crazy concept because it's just infinite.
Yep.
But anyway, so you're buying land in the metaverse.
I could
and-
feed my fake goats and fucking.
Okay, well
sell
now
my
you're talking about
chicken
video
eggs.
games, so be
That's what
careful.
I'm saying, right?
But-
Like,
But
what?
Well,
buying
like,
land. with,
I
like,
already
actual-
played Stardew Valley. Like,
I know, but the metaverse, like, if you buy land in the metaverse, you can potentially make a business in the metaverse, and
It would
they're
be
just
so
making a video game you wear
but
on your
with
head.
real money though.
right.
Why?
That's what I'm saying.
the
That's what's
interesting
so
part.
crazy.
That's the interesting part because you can use cryptocurrency
like
in
it.
the metaverse.
I don't even.
So you
fuck
can go ahead.
cryptocurrency.
In theory, you can go ahead, buy land, make a business, and get crypto coming in from the metaverse.
Dude, Las Vegas on fucking steroids.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
can really gamble on the computer. Here's the credit card.
Well, I think we should wrap it up because unless I'm wrapping it
Is the world gonna end in 17 months?
up. What?
What?
I read that.
Well,
on
you
Twitter.
thought you were gonna wrap it up.
Where did you read this?
Just on Twitter, like
17
that's
months?
where you went wrong.
I know, but that's what I'm asking.
What month is that? What does that day equate to?
I don't know.
Did you see?
Just,
you don't
we
remember?
just got 17 months, a loose 17 months.
I saw the tweet a long time ago, but
How long
Oh,
ago?
yeah, 17 months. 17 months minus. I see that 3 years ago.
I was doing the math. And I was like, that's exactly 2 years. That's interesting. And then she said, but it was a while ago. I'm like, it's not exactly 2 years.
okay, it's probably like a month ago I saw it. But
So we only got 16 months.
Huh. You didn't see anything else? You
It
didn't look a
wasn't-
little deeper?
it wasn't an article or anything. It was just like a picture. Like, okay, so it kind of.
All right, that's enough.
Hang
Where's
on,
your
real quick.
sources? Yeah, where are your sources here?
You know what it was? It was retweet and go to heaven.
Right.
Ignore, and the
Right.
world will end in 17 months.
Send to 5-year friends for good vibes. And it's an evacuation shelter work. All right. Have a good night, y'all. Stay soft, stay dry, and don't die.